students, I'm back with your next class. In today's class, we are going to discuss a very important topic, that is linkage. In the last class, you already know that T.H. Morgan, he conducted Mendelian experiments using Drosophila melanogaster, and while he conducted the dihybrid experiment of Mendel, he got a deviation. His results were a deviation to Mendelism, and that deviation itself is called linkage. Okay? Understood? So what is linkage? I'll tell you later on. First, let us see what the experiment was and what kind of deviation in the result led to the discovery of linkage. Alright? So this is the experiment that was conducted by T.H. Morgan. So it's a dihybrid cross. So what he did is that he conducted two experiments, cross A and cross B. In cross A, he crossed yellow-bodied and white-eyed female with brown-bodied and red-eyed male. Now do remember, in Drosophila, this yellow body and white eye, these are mutant types. Okay, these are mutant type traits, whereas brown body and red eye, these are wild type. And wild type traits are always referred by plus sign. Okay, that means suppose wild eye color is W, yellow body is Y. Fine. Now if I write W plus and Y plus, W plus will refer to the wild type of white eye color, that was mutant type, and Y plus means the wild type of the yellow body color. So the red eye color you know very well is the wild type in Drosophila, and brown body is the wild type for in against of yellow body color. So W and Y would mean white eye and yellow body. As soon as I write a plus sign, it would mean red eye color and brown body color. Is that clear? Fine. So he crossed yellow bodied and white eyed female with brown bodied and red eyed male. Okay. So after the cross was done, in the F1 progeny were all obtained, right? And in the F1 progeny, it's a very interesting thing that was obtained or that was seen, that the characteristics of the mother had gone to the sons and the characteristics of the father had come down to the daughter. That means, see, yellow body and white-eyed female was there, no? So these characteristics now have come down to the son. See, the progeny were yellow-bodied and white-eyed male. All the male progeny had taken up the color of the mother and brown-bodied, red-eyed female. So color of the father has gone down to the daughters. Understood? This is something again very interesting, and the reason behind you will get to know in the later part of the chapter. Okay? Just here try to understand this, that yellow-bodied and white-eyed mutant type female has been crossed with brown-bodied and red-eyed male. That's why the plus sign. Plus sign here means wild type. And what we got is the F1 generation, where the color of the mother has gone down to the sons and the color of the father, the combination of color, has gone down to the daughters. Okay. Now, finally, in F2 generation, obtained by intercrossing F1 hybrids, produced results which deviated significantly. So, see, in F2 generation, according to Mendel, what should have been the, combination, or what should have been the result? The result should be that the parental combination and the recombination type of combination. Parental combination means the one that we have taken in the parental generation. That is white eye and yellow body. This is a parental combination. Alright? And brown body and red eye. This is another parental combination. Now suppose in the progeny, if one progeny is yellow bodied and red eyes, likewise brown bodied and white eyed, that will become a recombination type. Understood? So according to Mendel, if the genes are getting independently assorted, in that case, the parental type of combination and recombination type of combination, both are equally likely. Both have equal chances of formation. The progeny that is formed in the F2 generation could be, having or showing the parental combination, that is white-eyed and yellow-bodied. Likewise, it could show equally, there is 50% chance that it could show a recombination type of trait as well. That is white-eyed and brown body as well. Understood? If that would have been the result, then Morgan would have stated that yes, Mendelism has been obeyed. But rather, what he got as a result, you see, he got a completely different result. See here, the parental combination of traits that was seen in the progeny of the X2 generation was 98.7%. That means almost 99% of the time, the progeny showed combination of the parents. That means yellow body was with white eye only and brown body was with red eye only in 99% of the cases. Alright? Only 1.3% of the recombinant shows a combination like this, say yellow body and red eye, brown body and white eye. This type of a combination was only shown in around only 1% of the progeny. That means what? The result is not at all obeying Mendelism, isn't it? Because if Mendel is to be obeyed and law of independent assortment is to be obeyed, in that case there should be equal chance every time the experiment takes place, equal chance that parental combination and recombination type of traits should be happening almost equal. Okay, it should be happening or occurring almost in equal number. But here nothing like that is happening. Parental type combination is much more higher than the recombination type. So just to reconfirm, because the result that was obtained was not at all expected, that's why T.H. Morgan conducted another cross to just cross-check if, again further, whenever the dihybrid cross will be conducted, whether same kind of a result is obtained or the result changes. Alright? So for that reason, cross B was made. In cross B, white-eyed and miniature-winged female, that is WWMN. M means miniature wing. Okay? So white-eyed and miniature-winged female has been crossed with red-eyed and normal-winged male. Okay? Now, in the F1 generation, the result remains the same. That means the characteristics of the father goes down to the daughter and characteristics of the mother goes down to the son. Alright? Same result. In F2 generation, what happens this time, you see? This time also, parental combination, that is, white-eyed and miniature wing, red-eyed and normal wing. This is parental combination. Parental combination still is much higher than the recombination type. Parental combination is around 63%, to be specific 62.8%, and recombination type of trait this time will be 37.2%. Alright, it has increased, but it is still not equally likely, isn't it? So when continuously by doing the experiments, Morgan was continuously getting the result where parental combination of traits was much higher in comparison to the recombination type of traits. It is at that time that he discovered a phenomena that's called linkage. Okay? Now do remember one very important thing here. In linkage, all these genes that Morgan has taken into consideration, like the eye color gene, the body color gene, the size of the wing gene, all of these genes, they were present in the same chromosome, that is the X chromosome. Okay? All the genes that Morgan had considered to work with, they were all present in the X chromosome. Alright? Remember that. Fine? Now, before we go further into this discussion, let's see the cross. What exactly the cross would look like. I have taken into consideration cross A. It is your homework to do cross B in a same manner, in a similar manner. See, in parental generation, what we have taken in cross A, yellow body and white-eyed female, isn't it? So female is XX. I've told you already in Drosophila, male have sex chromosome XY and female have XX. And all the genes that was considered by or that was taken into consideration by Morgan were all in the X chromosome. So in that case, we are here dealing with only the allosomes or sex chromosomes. Okay. So parental generation, these are X chromosomes and Y is referred like this. Okay. So see, parental generation, WWYY. These are the two alleles for white eye color. These YY are the two alleles for the yellow body. Okay, present in the 2X chromosome that the female has. In case of male, the male is red eye color and brown body color, isn't it? That's why the plus sign. And the male has only one X chromosome. The other one is Y chromosome. Now here comes another very interesting fact that Y chromosome is to be considered a null chromosome, a void chromosome, or an empty chromosome. A chromosome that do not possess any genes. Okay? So in that case, in the male, there are no further alleles of this gene. For W and Y gene, only one allele is present. The other two are missing because Y chromosome do not bear any genes. So in that case, this is also a kind of deviation to Mendelism, because according to Mendel, factors always remain in pair, isn't it? But for human males or for Drosophila males, those genes which are present in the X chromosome, they will be functioning by only one allele. The other allele is missing, and even without the other allele, they can equally or properly function. Okay? So in human males or in Drosophila males, the genes present in the X chromosome are an exception. For them, they do not remain in pair. They remain as a single copy, and that single copy itself will remain functional and will provide the characteristics. All right, will be enough to create the expression. All right, understood that? So here, W plus Y plus for the male, Y chromosome as usual do not have any genes. Do remember that. All right. So now see, what kind of gametes will be produced by the female here? Gametes I have marked by red color so that you can easily understand. So white-eyed, yellow-bodied female has been crossed with red-eyed, brown-bodied male. The gamete produced by the female is of one type, X chromosome after all, isn't it? There are no two sex chromosomes present in the female. So in that case, this is the X chromosome with W and Y alleles. That is the gamete that is the only type of gamete that can be produced by the female, right? For the male, on the other hand, there are two types of gametes that can be formed. One is the X chromosome, another is the Y chromosome. All right. Now, for the F1 progeny, what will happen? This is going to fuse with this. 50% of the sperms carry X, 50% of the sperms carry Y chromosome. So, if the X chromosome or the female gamete fuses with this sperm, in that case, the combination will be W plus Y plus. Okay, and you already know Y type characteristics are always dominant over the mutant type. So plus sign is going to be dominant over the mutant. So W and Y, these are the mutant types. All right. Likewise, this fuses with this means WY and Y chromosome. So these are the two types of progeny that can be formed in the F1 generation. So what kind of progeny is this? W plus W, Y plus Y. As because plus W plus is dominant over W, I'll write it first. Y plus is also dominant over Y. So that's why we will write it like this. W plus W, Y plus Y. This is the genotype of this particular female progeny that has been born in the F1 generation. Okay. So if this is the genotype, what would be the phenotype? Of course, this being the dominant. So in that case, when red and white both are present, which one will be expressed? Red will be expressed. So it will be red-eyed and of course brown-bodied female. And here, what will be happening here? What is the genotype here? Only WY. The other two alleles are anyways not present, isn't it? So in that case, WY means white-eyed, yellow-bodied male. Understood this properly? So that means what? The characteristics of the mother, hasn't it gone down to the son? Likewise, characteristics of the father has come down to the daughters. Understood? Clear? This much is clear? Right. Now, let us decide what are the different types of gametes that can be formed by the F1 progeny. Okay? Say these are the gametes that can be produced by the female. But here we will consider crossing over, a very, very important incident that takes place during gamete formation. Crossing over. Okay? You know very well what is crossing over. You have learned about it in the cell division chapter, isn't it? Now, see. First, we will find out the different types of gametes that can be produced by the two progeny, but without crossing over. If there is no crossing over happening between the two X chromosomes, then the types of gametes produced will be W plus Y plus as usual, WY by the female. These two are the gametes produced by the female, and this are the gametes produced by the male. But in case we consider that with crossing over, now crossing over has taken place. So what will happen? Say this is W plus and Y plus, and this is WY. Crossing over takes place means what? This will come here, this will go here, isn't it? Exchange of genetic material is happening. So final combination will be what? Here W plus, this will go here, so Y and WY plus. This will be the combination after crossing over, isn't it? So if crossing over takes place, in that case, the gametes that can be produced will be W plus Y and WY plus. They have exchanged genetic material among each other. And for the male, Y chromosome do not have any genes. So can it be exchanging anything with the X chromosome? No. So for the male, it remains the same. Male will produce two gametes, WY, and as usual the Y chromosome. Crossing over has only taken place between the two X chromosomes of the female. Okay. So considering without crossing over and with crossing over, now let's see what will be the scenario in X2 generation. In X2 generation without crossing over, these are the four types of 1, 2, 3 and 4. Four types of zygotic combinations that can be formed. When what you will simply do is cross this X chromosome with this with this, or else this with this and this with this. Four types of zygotic combinations can be formed. So W plus Y plus and Y chromosome. Okay, W plus Y plus and Y chromosome. Likewise, W plus Y plus and WY. Okay. Similarly, this with this with this. Alright? Four types of combinations are formed. Likewise, for this situation here, this with this will be this combination. This with this will be this combination. This with this will be this combination. And this with this will be this combination. Alright? So now that you can see the genotypes of the progeny, can you tell me the phenotypes? What kind of phenotype will this progeny have? Both are X chromosome, W plus W, Y plus Y. It will be red-eyed and brown-bodied. Female. This one, red-eyed and brown-bodied male. Right? This one, white-eyed, yellow-bodied female and white-eyed, yellow-bodied male. So all are parental combinations. Right? And Morgan found that parental combination was 98.7% of the time in case of cross 1, isn't it, or cross A. Likewise, see the genotype or phenotypes of the progeny here in case crossing over takes place. It is going to be red-eyed and yellow-bodied female. Then red-eyed, yellow-bodied male. Here white-eyed and brown-bodied female, white-eyed and brown-bodied male. Understood? In the NCERT also this cross has been diagrammatically represented, but in the NCERT because with crossing over, without crossing over, any such kind of like elaboration has not been done. That's why it's kind of seems very confusing. The diagram, if you directly see in the NCERT, sometimes you might not be able to make any sense out of it because it has not been properly elaborated. But this is the entire elaboration of that diagrammatic representation that is provided in the NCERT in the linkage section. If you correlate with this diagram and then see that diagram, you will be able to make you will be able to understand it. Alright, so this being the cross A, similarly, you have to practice for cross B so that it becomes very clear to you. Okay, so understood this? Basically, what has happened? T.H. Morgan is trying to do dihybrid cross of Mendel, but using Drosophila. He combined two traits, eye color and body color, genes in the dihybrid cross, and he was supposed to get the result where parental type combination and recombinant type combinations will be equally likely. But every time he conducted the experiment, he found that parental type of combination was always becoming higher in comparison to the recombination type. And when he tried to understand why this is happening, he found out about linkage, which is a deviation to Mendelism, as simple as that. In this whole situation, two important facts you have to remember. First, all the genes that was considered by Morgan are in X chromosome. Secondly, the Y chromosome is an empty chromosome, do not bear any genes. Okay, that is actually not true, but for this particular, to understand this chapter, in this chapter we'll consider the Y chromosome to be an empty chromosome. Alright, now let us move to the